Hey guys, so diving into our astrology series again. This is part 2, creator versus the created, compatibility astrology, following behind the debut date versus creation date of Hallowed by Honey. In this episode, we'll be studying the compatibility between you and your creation, your brand, business, project, or whatever. If you are interested, stay tuned and keep watching to see how you can use astrology to predict the compatibility between you and your money moves. So I know y'all might think that it's weird to look at the compatibility between you and someone that you're not romantically involved with, but you don't have to use astrology to predict only romantic compatibility. You can do it between parent and child or friendships. So in this case, if we're thinking about creator versus created or creation, you can look at parent-child compatibility. So this is looking at the compatibility between me, Sun in Aquarius creator, and Sun in Cancer, my creation, aka my business. So the compatibility between Aquas and the Cancers is that Cancers are fascinated by Aquarians, and Aquarians are appreciative of Cancer's supportive nature. With cooperation and active listening to one another, they can balance each other despite nearly being opposites. Leo is Aquarius' sister sign, and Cancer is the sign right before Leo. Despite them being so different, there can be a lot of harmony between the two if they wanted it to be. Moon sign compatibility is so important in astrology. It might be even more important than the sun sign. So having compatible moon signs like Gemini and Leo can really create a very harmonious relationship because Gemini and Leos get on so well. They complement each other. They have a similar sense of humor. They're encouraging of passion and creativity. That Gemini air ignites the fire of the Leo moon. And the Leo moon is interested and fascinated in the Gemini mind and how diverse it can be. The rising signs are how you come off to people. So I am a Gemini rising. I come off as a Gemini, but I am an Aquarius. And my business, I'm using the debut date for this chart, by the way. Aries is a fire sign that is passionate, driven, and authoritative. The two personality types are the socialite versus the commander. The air sign intelligence plus wit mixed with the fire sign passion and action leads to a fiery new beginning with charisma, dynamism, and genuity. With fire, no ideas go unattempted. Like air signs can be a little bit flighty, but with the fire sign, the action gets put into it. Capricorns and Leos have a notorious reputation of maneuvering through cycles from going from enemies to lovers. They're in constant competition with one another until they realize they are better together than apart, often having a battle of the egos. What that says is you, the creator, the Capricorn Venus, can have tendencies of listening to your ego and ignoring your heart, your business being your heart. Before posting something big or making huge decisions, your chart is telling you to make sure your heart and soul is in the same place as your head and ego. Aries Mars and Leo Mars. Mars is the best sign for fire signs. It has vitality, aggression, masculinity, assertiveness, and passion. Aries and Leo are the highest compatibility, both being fire signs. My Cap Venus with the Leo Mars, the brand Leo Venus with the Leo Mars equals high intensity, drive for significance and importance. There's a desire for recognition. And with these two power signs, these go-getters, they are bound to create success for themselves because that's what they're driven on. Compatibility of Mercury signs. My Pisces Mercury versus my businesses or my brand's Cancer Mercury is the emotional escapist and mystic versus the loving, all-encompassing caretaker. Compatibility in water signs means communication is stimulated. Pisces and Cancer trying each other, both being water elements. Trine compatibilities are the most harmonious because they understand each other. Having compatible communication signs, your styles of communication or your relationship communication can flow together because you guys are speaking the same language. Okay, so this side is all about synastry. So if you're confused, just try to listen a little bit closer. The first point is that my Venus in Capricorn is opposite of my business's Cancer Sun. Opposites are on opposite sides of the wheel. They are 6 signs apart out of the 12 zodiac signs. Though opposites have unique differences, their axis makes them very similar. That Capricorn and Cancer axis, they're 2 different zodiac signs. Obviously, they're very different, but they both share a lot of similarities as well. 2 opposites in your charts. 2 opposites in my charts are the Capricorn Venus to the Hallowed by Honey Cancer Sun and my Aquarius Sun to the Hallowed by Honey Leo Moon, Venus and Mars. I'm sorry, that's 5 differences, opposites. I am an aqua dominant person. And Hollow by Honey is Leo dominant with that stellium. Together we work to become a power couple. However, the brand has potential to make a name of its own outside of me. It can eventually outshine my name, and people will know who or what Hollow by Honey is before they know who Lamika Hayes is. So this is going even deeper into synastry, and I want to talk about the strongest compatibility or the strongest aspects in the 2 charts, which are the most harmonious, and that would be the sextiles between the rising and Venus signs of my chart and my business charts, the opposition of our Uranus and Venus signs, the conjunction between the Sun and Jupiter sign, and the sextile between the Venus and Neptune sign. So starting with the my Gemini ascendant and moon sextiling Hollow by Honey's, or I'm going to start saying HBH, which is Hollow by Honey, HBH, Leo Venus. There's a mutual excitement for one another, and friendship bonds occur with this pairing. Happiness manifests between the pairing because both are sensitive to each other and are receptive to one another's feelings and thoughts. Sextiles are 60 degrees apart. Here there is a steady stream of creativity, feelings, intuition, and cooperation that never ceases to strengthen the harmony of the relationship. My Aquarius Uranus is in opposition to the Leo Venus. There's an instantaneous magnetic attraction between those 2 placements. The conflicts and differences that can be learned to be accepted between the pairing with time and compassion. There's a balance that can be achieved by honoring the strengths that are unique to the opposites, which means the balance can be achieved by honoring the unique qualities of the Aquarius that are different from the Leo, and the Aquarius honoring the aspects of the Leo that are different and unique specifically to that Leo. Overall, this is a powerful aspect that can lead to growth in terms of material and spiritual wealth. Very beneficial to a spiritual business. My Cap Venus sextiles Pisces Neptune, which means that the 2 have similar tastes. Neptune learns about their own creative abilities through beauty and harmony, while the Venus feels comfortable to show compassion, love, and sentimentality, that more fragile side of Capricorn. In relations to business versus owner compatibility, this just goes to show that the brand has a similar aesthetic and way of expressing itself as the owner does, or the creator, which means that the creator is using the business as a form of self-expression. You are the brand, and the people will recognize your influence on it. How to use astrology to build a better relationship with your business. Astrology is a tool for self-discovery and better understanding of yourself and those around you. Look at the compatibility between you and your brand, as well as the synastry between the signs. Assess the strengths of yourself versus those of your brands. See where you can assert yourself or insert yourself and your personality into the brand. For those personal weak points you have, use your brand to develop those skills. Whatever strengths it has that you do not have, that's where you need to play with the most. Listen to the needs of your brand or your business and develop a plan to nourish those areas specifically. In HBH chart, the Leo stellium has a need for recognition. So knew that I needed to figure out how to get this brand recognition. What's the quickest way, or what's simple ways for this business to be seen and heard, and how can I establish a platform for it? So getting on social platforms that can lead to tons of exposure and fame will be beneficial for you or for your brand that has a bunch of Leo placements, along with making a brilliant marketing plan on how your brand can rise to fame. That can help you easily establish a better relationship with your brand and get it what it needs to fulfill its own destiny. To achieve balance, I think the best way to do that is to analyze the 3 strongest and the 3 weakest compatibility points in your charts, your chart and your business's charts. And use astrology because it usually does provide tools on how to improve those weak points. Look for signs in the birth charts of that, and that's what you need to focus on in your branding and in your marketing. Implementing personality into your branding, using astrology or just in general. Explore what are your beliefs, morals, and values. If you are someone with a lot of Sagittarius placements or a lot of placements in the 9th house, getting a closer understanding of what those values could be. If you're not completely sure yourself, diving deeper into areas of your chart like that can help you establish values for yourself and for your brand or business. Your aesthetic, you don't necessarily need astrology to help you with that, but astrology can help you figure out new ways to express yourself if you've been struggling to find a look for yourself. So once you've done that, you can then implement that into your brand as well. And then your desires, your heart's desires can be calculated using numerology, but also there are common themes on your birth chart that could help you realize what your heart truly desires. If you have been feeling lost and you don't know what you want out of life, reading through your birth chart can help you with that, like how I've said before, and like I will be saying next in the next slide. There are themes in my birth chart that helped me realize what my purpose was, and those themes were really surrounded around freedom and traveling, and that helped me realize I think I want to have a career in traveling. And then me having so many Gemini placements made me realize that I wanted a career in writing, so I combined those two to create a travel blog. Then lastly, your voice. You have your own voice. If you want your voice to be heard, and you want to be inclusive into your branding or your business, figure out a way to implement that into your brand. So as I just said in the previous slide, there have been some similar themes on my birth charts, not just with my birth chart, but with my business birth chart. So there is a repetition of freedom, of travel, and movement. Both my brand personality and my personality is really centered around being a free-spirited person, having a lot of magnetism, wit, and charm with all these Gemini placements, and a lot of Sagittarius themes with philosophy, spirituality, outgoing, being eclectic, and being adventurous. But again, I use all of these things to help me develop my business into better lifestyle content that's surrounded around things that I actually like doing. I wanted to share a couple of quotes to wrap up this presentation, just to get a better understanding of what the purpose was. And the first quote that I have is, your brand must communicate the value that you bring to a working relationship. And I thought that was important because if your brand is a part of you, then it should be authentic to you, and you have to communicate some of your values, your beliefs, and a lot of your core authenticity into it. But before you do that, you need to understand yourself and what is at your core. And we all know that astrology is a tool for self-discovery and self-understanding. So again, astrology can help you better understand yourself and your brand. And another quote I want to share is, in this ever-changing society, the most powerful and enduring brands are built from the heart. They are real and sustainable. Their foundations are stronger because they are built with the strength of the human spirit, not an ad campaign. I use these two quotes to show how putting intentional and possibly spiritual effort into the branding can create a unique and authentic brand for yourself that will last and is inimitable. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Tell me what you thought. Give me any feedback, or share any insight that you have on some astrology concerning these charts that I've been sharing with you. What you think of the series, or tell me what you would like to see. I also link down everything that my business is attached to, my shops on all platforms, my website. So please support. Thank you.